back to my channel. By now you might have already realized, judging by the title of this, or perhaps, I don't know what I've put in yet, but I'm doing a reading vlog on this book, The Guest List by Lucy Foley, but it's a little bit of a different reading vlog because I'm in freaking Ireland right now, and this book takes place in Ireland, so I've been wanting to read it for a while, but I saved it because I just thought it would be a little more festive of a read for this vacation. But I haven't gotten that far yet, so I will definitely give more updates once I've gotten more into the meat of the story. So far, just a little bit of setup. I really like how it is laid out so far because it's sort of like a murder mystery party. I don't know if you've ever been to one of those. I think they're actually kind of fun. Maybe that's dorky, but if you've ever been to a murder mystery party, it kind of sets up each character and their backstory, and so this book sort of sets up each character in a similar manner, and you get different point of view chapters from different characters, and so it sets up like not just their backstory but their relationship to other characters, and like I think it's kind of setting the stage for potential motives for different characters for what I guess is going to be like a murder mystery. So I'm really excited. I'll update more once I've read a little bit more and take you along with me a little bit during this reading vlog. Anyway, that's enough. I'll give another update later. Sorry, I've been really bad at giving reading updates, but I haven't been able to read that much more until yesterday. I got in a good reading, and there's point of view parts for everyone, like the wedding planner, the bride, the best man, sort of, the bride's best friend, who's a guy, Charlie, and Charlie's wife, Hannah, and the best man of the guy that she's marrying, Will. His name is Jono. Not super important, but there's like point of view chapters or sections for all of these characters, and initially it was doing kind of like setup and background, and now it's getting a little bit more into the meat of things. It's going back and forth with the night that everyone arrives on the island and the rehearsal dinner and the actual wedding itself. Basically what happens the night of the wedding is that one of the servers sees a body that's all bloody, and so now they're forming some sort of a search party to like go find out who it was and see what happened. I'm guessing this is going to be sort of like the murder or the event that we're figuring out who is behind and what the situation is. So far they're setting up a lot of different motives and kind of backgrounds for basically every character. We don't really know exactly what's happened, who's been murdered yet. I'm only about 1/3 of the way through, but there's a lot of complicated relationships involved with this wedding party, so we'll see. Oh, I forgot to mention, one of the point of view characters is also the half-sister of the bride, and she seems like she's bringing a lot to the table. She's like depressed, she's a self-harmer, she's got like a lot, she just like left university. I think there's a lot going on there, so I'm wondering if she's maybe going to be Hi. You're so cute. I'm wondering if maybe the half-sister is going to be the victim, or in some way at the very least like the catalyst. I don't know. I have a lot of questions because I'm still not that far in, but so far it's definitely just an interesting read. It's pretty good, it's interesting, very descriptive, so I like that because you can kind of escape into it, and I love like the scenery that she's describing. So, and especially being here and seeing a lot of the same scenery, it's a cool accompaniment to this. Yeah, I'll update once more has happened, but once I've read a little bit more. But so far, really enjoying it. Also, already sort of want to read her other books. For sure, I want to read The Hunting Party, which got a lot of recognition, I think like 2 years, whenever it came out, like 2 years ago or something. but I'll update once I know more and I've read more. Okay, I'm giving another little reading update. My book is kind of destroyed for my baby. No, it's not a used copy. It was brand new when I bought it. But I'm like 2/3 of the way through, so a bunch of stuff has happened. I was kind of talking about how it's going back and forth between like the wedding night and the day before. So it's going back and forth between, I guess, sort of like present day and then the day before, and there is just a general viewpoint and then character viewpoints kind of intercut, although most of it is like character viewpoints, so each chapter is a different character. And I was kind of thinking that the groom in the wedding party, he seemed super sus, and they definitely kept referencing something that happened in his youth, like at his public school, which I just learned is like the same as a private school in the UK. So something happened at his public school with this like initiation ceremony that they keep referencing, and it seems like he is like a sociopath. It has not affected him at all, and we find out like I can piece together that basically a kid died that they were trying to do this initiation ceremony with, and it's so sad because they describe this kid and he sounds so sweet. And then his best man, Jono, seems to have like really been affected by both this and by the fact that he didn't get to be on the show that he didn't get to be on the show that the groom is on called Survive the Night, and it was his idea to make the show. And the producer came to the wedding and just dropped the bomb that it was never the show that didn't want him. Will went behind his back and was like, Jono isn't interested in this, and like, wow, what a bomb to drop. So that T, but also I'm not surprised because like I said, Will's character seems like he just has like no remorse. Sus. I don't like him at all. And then we were so there's like the current mystery of what's happening at the wedding, and then like I said, there are these back mysteries a little bit where it keeps unfolding a little bit at a time about what happened. And that was like one of the big ones, like what happened with Will and Jono at school in their youth, and then also with their show. And so we got a little more info on that. We also got a little more info on Olivia, which is the bride's sister, and also like her maid of honor, I guess. So the bride's sister, Olivia, has been acting really weird, paler than usual, thinner than usual, dropped out of uni, and we kind of weren't exactly sure why, but a little bit at a time keeps unfolding. And now we know that she like hooked up with this guy and he like just completely blew her off, and she actually got pregnant and had an abortion, and that's really all we know so far. But she kind of in a way attempted to get rid of herself. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say the other word. She attempted to get rid of herself and went into the sea and like nearly drowned. I don't know how intentional it was, but she definitely was just like, I want to get away from this, and it's clearly haunting her. I have my suspicions that the guy she hooked up with is also the groom, but I don't know if that's true, if that'll ever come to fruition or anything. But that would be an amazing like twist or bomb to drop towards the end of the book, so maybe she'll do that. He just fits the description, and the way that those two interact with each other makes me think that before she had met him, he like used a different name, and maybe he's the guy, but maybe I'm just reading too much into that. Either way, she has a weird interactions with the groom as well. Like, I'm just telling you, this groom, he is super sus. So he's looking like a prime suspect right now, and the bride, I don't know. So she's got this thing with her childhood friend. He's there, her like childhood friend who she used to have a crush on, and his wife is there. So it's a whole really intertangled, incestuous affair, and it seems like everybody likes someone or has a history or past with someone. But I'm definitely enjoying how she is like unfolding it so gradually, because I feel like there's a lot of mini payoffs and then probably there will be like a huge payoff at the end. But I feel like that's such a good way to keep the reader wanting to keep reading. Like, it keeps your appetite up. So I think that's very clever. Again, I think I'm gonna read her next book pretty shortly after this, or her last book pretty shortly after I finish this one, because I'm enjoying it a lot. That's all for my update right now, but I will let you know once more has happened. My next update might be me finishing the book, so stay tuned for a review. Yeah, anyway, I'll update again later. It is crazy foggy right now, which is exactly what you want. This is better lighting than before, but it's still kind of crazy lighting. But I tried to film my recap, my last reading update earlier today, but it was so early in the morning. The lighting looked crazy. I looked like a person that was coming to haunt you. I still look really pale, but I don't look like an actual ghoul. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about what happened in my book. I finished it last night. I literally couldn't go to sleep until I finished it, because it got right to that point where you're like, I can't leave this. I have to finish it. So I finished it last night, and I called it. I called it with the Will and Olivia twist. But that was like just where the twists began. That was not even close to where they ended. I'm not going to go into all of them, because I don't think I want to completely spoil this book. I think a lot of people should read it, and it's good and will want to read it. But that was just, you're not just wondering who murdered someone, you're also wondering who's going to be murdered for a really big chunk of the book. So, and then that combined with like the past mysteries kind of unfolding. Oh my God.
You didn't see me for a while.
It was honestly just beautifully done, and I like how a lot of the emphasis was on like the interpersonal relationships between characters and how that can really be horrifying. And I think a big part of it was like group mentality, pack mentality, and what that can make people do, things that they normally obviously wouldn't do. And I really, really enjoyed that. I thought that it was nice to have it be a little bit of a deeper type of horror, eeriness. Loved the setting of the island off of Connemara. Please don't be mad, I don't know how to say it. But I was there while I was reading part of it. I was by Galway, and I loved that setting. I think that that's just a great, like, eerie, mythical, mysterious setting for a story like this anyway. So honestly, all the rest of the story is kind of bound to just do well in a setting like that. Absolutely loved it. Like I said, I think I had more to say this morning because it was like fresher in my head, but it's been a bit of a whirlwind of a travel day, and I'm still in Dublin, which was not the intention. But excellent book, really good read for time in Ireland. And again, I feel like the writing was really descriptive. I haven't read anything by her before, but I'm definitely going to read The Hunting Party next. And the setting was just amazing, again, with that really descriptive, beautiful writing. And then I loved just the way the interpersonal relationships worked together, and how kind of you thought you knew the twist, but really there were a couple twists, and it just wasn't too obvious of an ending. I really, really liked that, and it wasn't too obvious, but it wasn't too out there really either. So I just thought overall it was a really well-crafted book. It's what they call a page-turner, a good holiday read, good vacation read, good book to get lost in, caught up in. I guess that's probably kind of it for this reading vlog. I might check in again later, but if not, thank you so much for watching. Please like, please subscribe. Let me know if you like reading vlogs. I actually love doing them. It gives me someone to talk to while I'm reading. But yeah, I'll see you later.